Bro, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. Ay. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love a lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like to cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the right to end. Yeah, right. To the nice end, yeah. To the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Silver Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been up the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been going. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's daytime. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good and it's the best side. I remember.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Ride the Fucking Tide Sports Podcast, people. Season 3, episode 22. 22, and I got the Wander, I got Snoop Luke, I got everybody you need, minus Tycho, who is in the Red Wings game tonight. Everybody will probably be missing a pod here and there throughout the next couple months because they're going to a Wings game. It is what it is when the Wings are only good for however long they're good for until they fall off.
Sounds about right. Well, we're here, boys, and the weekend is over, but a day late. But we do have to talk about what happened Saturday night.
Here we go. It wasn't even the
Dylan,
nighttime. It was at 2 o'clock.
Are you ready? Are you ready to rip the Band-Aid off?
Fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's kill my mood now so I can just be happy the rest of the pod.
I'm talking in guap, now I'm speaking it fluent. When I hit the road, I won't leave till I do it. Acting out of hand, I'm like, be what you doing. We started off good, can't believe that we ruined it, yeah. I tried to fix with a sewing kid, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah.
Well, the UFC 280 recap, and boy, was it a doozy, wasn't it, fellas?
Man, it was quite an event.
Absolutely spectacular. We're going to start it off at the bottom with Manon Fiorot taking down Caitlin Chukian. I still can't say that last name.
Chuki. I just call it Chuki, bro. It's easier.
All right, Chuki. Well, she lost in a decision after 3 rounds.
I was right.
But then.
Hey, no, we got to talk about.
Okay.
We got to talk about my good moments because there was very little on this fucking card, so I want to highlight them when they happened. All right, so Farad got a win, and that was good. All right, that was the only thing on this fucking card that I predicted right. So let me have my moment. I went 1 for 5 on this fucking card, Luke. Let me have my Farad decision.
That's a bit brutal. Then next up we had Beneil Dariush taken down Gamrot after a 3-round decision fucking fight.
Gamrot just didn't want to wrestle, and then when he did go down on the ground, Dariush just fucking out-blacked up.
I mean, Dariush kind of dropped him a little bit, too.
In the final round, he fucking dropped him to the left.
Hey, man, I told you, stop sleeping on Dariush, Dylan. This man's a beast.
Yeah, can we talk about the biggest robbery of the fucking year now?
And the man, the myth, the legend, Sugar Sean O'Malley defeats Peter Yan in a 3-round fight decision. And oh my God.
It was beautiful.
Absolutely. I'm still shocked. I can't believe it.
I've
been telling you.
Decision. We've talked about it all year. The judges have been
I don't think it was that bad of a decision.
Either a tie or O'Malley.
I don't know. I mean, with how
in what world does Yan now win this fight? He had fucking 6 takedowns and he outstruck him 97-91.
Did you if you watched the fight,
no,
I don't know. O'Malley pieced it. I don't know. I'd give on the feet to O'Malley after watching that fight. He was piecing Yan up on the feet. Yan was only taking more control of the fight when he had him on the ground. Even then, Yan didn't even take full advantage of when he had O'Malley on the ground, and O'Malley always found a way to get back up.
Every 1-2 O'Malley hit, Yan hit one.
Listen, this fight was close enough where it could have went both ways on that judges' scorecard.
Even though Yan got a lot of takedowns, O'Malley still had good takedown defense.
Bullshit, bro. You want to know why I'm mad? Because Yan has won his last 2 fights by decision, and then 2 times in the scorecard.
Let my boy have the shine light, okay?
Like,
I've been telling you since he's been into the UFC.
Hey, bro. I like Sugar.
It's the Sugar Show.
I was freaking out with you guys when Sugar won because I love the hype and I get the Sugar Show. I get all of it, okay? But my boy Yan beat Sterling, and then he beat O'Malley, and he has 2 losses now on his record, and that's fluffed, and that irritates me. And as a UFC fan, I'm allowed to be irritated by that.
Give the Sugar Show his title shot.
I do want to see that. But even O'Malley said after the fight that he lost that fight. So what are you going to do? Come on now.
Hey, with how the judges have been, with how close that fight was, I was like, I honestly won't be surprised if O'Malley walks away with this decision.
I told Jesse, I thought it was going to Yan.
I did think it was going to Yan, but the way they scored it,
you thought it was a draw.
In a perfect world, Dylan, in a perfect world, that fight probably would have went to Yan. But in the real world, it went to the Sugar Show. This was the first time I've benefited off the refs not calling it 100% straight. I'm taking it.
It was good because this took you to here so that the next fight could take us all the way back fucking down to here.
Or because of this run, he's about to hop up like fucking Sterling, get himself a motherfucking belt from the man who's fraudulent and started all this fraudulent bullshit to set the world straight. Then Yan can work his way back up to the title fight, get that rematch with O'Malley for the title. Boom, we have another great fight.
Yan and O'Malley is a 5-round fight that you need to make.
I agree.
In order to do that, Sterling has to fight O'Malley first, I feel like.
Okay, but you know what I don't like is that the last fight that we just saw that we can finally now get into, Sterling and TJ Dillashaw, was a straight ass whooping. This man outstruck him 148-13 in 2 rounds.
Who is TJ Dillashaw? Like, what?
What the fuck was that?
I know TJ Dillashaw. That wasn't him last Saturday night in the Octagon. I don't know who the fuck that was. That was some imposter walking punching bag that was just okay getting dragged around. Well, actually, I mean, we can't really say that. His shoulder's been popping out all camp long, and he knew he had a massive shoulder injury. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, fucking just call the fight, bro. Let someone else fight. I can throw my money. Don't make me believe you're okay when you're a broken pile of mess. And I get my heart broken.
Should have called out.
That was the only fight I got wrong on this fucking card. Because in the next fight, it only went 2 rounds, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Islam swarmed and swamped Charles Oliveira like we have never really seen before. He took Oliveira's game really to him. He said, you want to stand and bang? We can stand and bang. You want to go to the ground? Let's go to the ground. Next thing you know, Islam submits one of the best submitters in the UFC, Charles Oliveira.
That's a fact.
And the vacant belt, which kind of should have been Oliveira's from the start, is now Islam's. And I said Islam was about to be a fucking champ at the start of the year. He's a goddamn champ. A lot of fucking things happen on this card that just make me absolute But I mean, that's really all we got for the UFC, unless you guys got anything to add.
I think the only person that can beat Islam is Oliveira coming back and taking it himself.
Okay, my turn to talk. Here's all I have to say.
How do you feel about this, Dylan?
Here's all I have to say.
Post-fight thoughts from Dylan.
Give me 1 minute of your time, and then I will be done. So let me start by saying this. Congrats to Islam. In the beginning of the year, I did say he was going to be a champion, and then I switched my opinion halfway through the year because I was riding high on Oliveira. And this man is a dog. He earned it. He gets my respect, all that bullshit. All right, get that out of the way. I see one path for Oliveira, one path only. Islam and Volk is going to be probably set up, and that's going to be how that goes. Beneil is probably going to fight Oliveira. That's what you're going to look at, and then you're probably going to say the winner of that's number one contender, and we'll probably fight the winner of Volk and Islam for the lightweight title. If Oliveira can beat Beneil and then get a shot at back of that title, that's his only way back. But at the same time, if he has to fight Volk or Islam, it's going to be very fucking difficult to win. But I do like that there is a road for him to recover this title. And I don't think that the only thing that can derail this is if he somehow loses to Beneil. But it doesn't immediately push him back towards the end of the line. So I'm not destroyed, even though I sat in the car for 45 minutes when I left the apartment. It's okay. Even though psychologically and mentally I'm not okay. But it's okay. I promise.
All right. Well, that's all we got for the UFC. So, I mean, let's get into some NFL, eh?
And I think it won't be too big of a blowout.
Barkley down the sideline. Saquon Barkley.
You don't fuck with Aaron.
Some teams, it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be a very mucky dub. And it's going to get ugly.
They have the chance to lose themselves a game, probably.
Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Now, this is a complete mood shifter right here because last time on this podcast, me and Tyler looked at 11 NFL games and we said we will guarantee the people we will get 11 games right or we will find that fucking hot chip. We will do half and half of it. We said it. Our dumbasses said it. You know the one chip challenge. We said we'd do half of that bitch. And guess what? The boys went 8-3. Right on the deadline. Came through for the people, and we don't have to die for the entertainment of others. It was beautiful. I'm going to go through these games as we go through them and tell you how it happened, because it's a great story.
All right.
But 8-3 for the boys. You love to see it.
Well, let's just get it on to game one.
What'd you say, Jesse?
The way you worded that just completely confused me.
Well, because Tyler was like, okay, there's 11 games. If we don't get 8 right, we have to do a punishment. What's the worst punishment you could think of? Okay. And I go, we'll do the one chip challenge. We'll do it. We'll cut that bitch in half. We should have.
I didn't hear you say 8. I thought you said 11.
Well, we did 8 because there's one game that we made a $20 bet separately on. And I'll get to that when I get to that. But starting with the first game that we have to cover, that is
the Packers and the Commanders. With the Commanders
you want to start there?
Winning 23-21 over the Packers.
What I tell you, baby, you put
Heineke.
You take Commanders money line all day, all night, and that's exactly what happened. The Packers thought in the first half that they were going to be able to come through. Rodgers was having a jolly old time, patting his coach on the butt and feeling good. And the third quarter runs around, and he's cussing at LaFleur. Everything's going wrong because the Heineke comeback train, toot came back, because first half and second half, Heineke were two completely different quarterbacks. And second half, Heineke was the Heineke that we saw versus Tom Brady in the fucking playoffs and won a starting job.
Oh, yes. He was playing like a bad man in that second half.
You'd love to see it, to be completely honest with you. Not only that the Packers have now lost to the Jets, Giants, and Commanders, I said louder for the people in the back, the Packers have now lost 3 in a row to the Jets, the Giants, and the Commanders. Just want you to sink that into your soul real quick.
Yeah.
But the fact brutal. That Heineke came in and got another win, and next week he has potential to do it again.
Me and Ty were literally texting in our group chat, making fun of Heineke and how bad he was doing. And then next thing you know,
2 picks. He did not.
Next thing you know,
it had been a while.
Enters the second half. It's time to go Heineke mode. Wins the game. Why not?
He admitted on the final pass of the game, I don't know if you saw this, his eyes were closed. He said the defender was coming at him. He closed his eyes and threw it, and said he was just aiming for Terry McLaurin, as he then made the game-sealing sideline catch, first down, to end the game.
A hope and a prayer, baby.
And literally said, fuck it, Terry's down there somewhere.
6-3. Nice start.
Gotta love it. Well, next up, we have the Cardinals taking down the Saints 42-34. Jesse, how do you feel?
Not many quarterbacks throw for almost 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and still come out with a loss.
361.
I said almost 400. He passed 350.
Yeah, but you know what makes it funny?
And then the second pick six wasn't even his fault.
He didn't deserve to win. Any quarterback that I watch go out there and throw a pick six, come back on the field and do the same fucking thing, they don't deserve to win that football game. I don't care if both picks, the man caught them, ran up to the DB, and put it in his fucking chest. There is no way a quarterback deserves to win a game if you are throwing 2 interceptions on back-to-back drives. And then I understand you throwing 361 yards and 4 touchdowns would win you any other game, but you know what cost him that game? Those 2 interceptions. If those didn't happen and those weren't pick six, the Saints do win this football game. But no. And also, Eno Benjamin and DeAndre Hopkins, that was really where your team stood. That was it. Offensively, you had Eno running the ball, and you threw it to fucking D-Hop. No one was surprised by that.
Nope.
and you Rondale Moore? Nope. Actually, I'm pretty sure Dortch got more fucking playing time than Robbie Anderson did. So that says where the fucking Cardinals are right now. They're just an interesting ass team. They're like the Chargers from last year. I just hate everything about what they're doing betting wise. They're just fucking confusing.
They're fun.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
They're overwhelming. Is what they are, bro.
Fun.
They are fun. I agree with Jesse on this one.
I guess.
Did you not? Come on. Remember the Raiders?
But do you think being a Cardinals fan is fun?
No, it's a heart attack.
Luke, is it?
It's a heart attack when Call of Duty's out. Yes.
Launch weekend. And
double XP just makes you worry.
Love to see it. But hey, man, you know what? You win some, you lose some.
That's why
was good. And what's more important is the fact that this was a good Thursday night football game.
Yeah, you do win some, you do lose some, and then you almost lose some that you really shouldn't. Like the Baltimore Ravens barely coming out on top over the Browns 23-20. Wow.
I'm so sick of these run script games.
I don't know Browns.
I'm sorry, bro.
Like, they're bad, but they're not that bad. But they're also like, I mean, they're
Bro,
decent.
like, I get it.
I'm
Lamar
done.
doesn't have a wide receiver
Done.
one. But Jesus Christ.
It's bad.
Their defense is playing so cromulent, and their offense just can't figure it out.
I'm done because their defense would bail them out for me, and they're not doing it anymore. So I'm done.
No.
I'm out on Baltimore Ravens this year.
They won, but Jesus.
Nah, because I really didn't think they were going to.
I really should have kept Hollywood Brown.
I really thought
that was Lamar's like go-to.
Yeah, but the problem is that everyone else that has the speed, like, don't get me wrong, Devin Duvernay and Bateman have speed. They can get to the outside. They can break away from defenders, but it almost feels like every replay I'm seeing, I don't know how. Jesse brought this up last podcast. I don't know how this man keeps overthrowing them, but it feels like it's being too consistently. Okay, we talked about how ass he played the week before. He was my goddamn stinker of the week. He didn't play as bad this week, but this is not a Lamar. The first 2 weeks of the game, this is what I'm trying to say. And from every game on out, it's been a different Lamar Jackson. It's been the Lamar of last year.
It was 3 weeks. He played 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Shit.
And now I don't know what the hell is falling off. I don't know.
He didn't have a touchdown.
I don't know if it's that he can't rely on his defense anymore, that offensively, he knows that he can't fucking only have to put up 21 to 24 points a game and just rely on his rushing yards instead of throwing the ball anymore, because that's not going to win him any games because his defense can't hold a lead.
I think it's been game script. I don't know.
But I'm not giving anything to Cleveland because we knew that they weren't going to be good until fucking Deshaun came back. Chubbs ran the ball fucking 91 yards. Okay, it was another Cleveland game this year. And they lost at the end. Oh, wow.
Yes, they did.
Surprised.
And honestly, this next game, dear Lord.
Oh, by the way, we hit this bitch on the over, me and Ty.
You did? Okay.
The last game.
Well,
this game.
I
no.
mean,
this game. All right, let me get into this
Yeah.
first because it's the first thing I have to address. Tyler
Because-
owes $20 fucking bucks. On
Where is
this
it?
podcast, this man said the Buccaneers are going to win by 18. I said, I will bet you $20 they don't win by 20. He said 21. Shook my hand virtually on this podcast. He said the Buccaneers will win by 21 points. I texted him at halftime and said, you fucked up.
they almost lost by 21.
You fucked up.
Because
Get
honestly,
out of the way.
let's just get this out of the way.
Mike,
No bullshit.
I was just gonna say the entire fucking Buccaneers as an entire organization that game.
There are America's stinker. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers walked into Carolina after CMC just got traded. I'll get to how they're running back to the
Robbie
second.
Anderson.
Robbie Anderson is now out. The only person they really sat with was DJ Moore, and they let this man. Not only do I love to see that TJ Walker beat Tom Brady, but they
A
let
third
this man,
straight quarterback.
TJ Walker, come in and beat them
Bro.
21-3. Tom Brady didn't score a touchdown on that defense, and he should have.
Only
first drive of
the
game,
kicker got points.
and he should have the first drive of the game
my
if Mike Evans didn't fucking dip his hands in jars of butter oil before he went out to fucking play.
crazy.
That was ridiculous. I can't believe he did that.
There's really nothing much more to say on that game other than holy
I
fuck.
do want to say one thing because I do want to talk about this.
Say
Deontay
it.
Foreman and Chuba Hubbard was supposed to split fucking runs. This is how they did. Chuba Hubbard, 9 carries, 63 yards, touchdown. Deontay Foreman, 15 carries, 118 yards. See you later, CMC. We don't fucking need you. We got our 1-2 and our rebuild, and we'll be just fine. That's all.
All
I have to
right.
say.
Well, there's that. Moving on to the next game, we
Uh,
have the
hold on,
Bengals.
hold
What? You want to go back?
Can we talk about how weird it was? The fact that the Panthers are over here like, we're not going to tank this season. We're still out here trying to win. And then actually go out and body the Buccaneers. Like they have a roster.
After what happened,
Like they
like
have a
leading up
roster.
to that game, I am more than shocked that they
Like-
bodied the.
You know what
Tampa
makes
Bay
me
Buccaneers.
sad right now, and I hate bringing this up because I haven't talked about him all year because I just don't like the topic. John Mechie. he didn't have cancer and wasn't diagnosed in the beginning of the year, he would be such an X factor right now. Because you know his speed out of Alabama. And when he got drafted, him, Robbie, and DJ Moore looked like weapons. I feel like with Robbie out, it sucks that he got diagnosed with cancer before this season. And if that wasn't
sucks.
in, that he would be such a factor for them right now. So I hope he gets healthy as soon as possible. And then next year he can be a factor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's next game?
Now we can talk about Joey B and them boys.
Yeah, fuck them.
Because
fuck
the
them.
Bengals smoked the Falcons 35-17.
Did you think? Wait! Y'all took the Falcons?
No, I need to say something on behalf of all bettors everywhere. Fuck you, Cincinnati, for breaking Arthur Smith's streak. He was going to be 7-0 against the spread and the third coach in NFL history to fucking start that way. And all he was sitting at was plus a fucking touchdown. And no, Cincinnati's got to come out and shit on them and make every bettor in the fucking world mad. So on half of me and the 80% of people who threw their money thinking the same thing as me, fuck you, Cincinnati. You didn't have to do us like that. You could have won the game.
Yes, they did.
No,
they did have to.
No. You thought that the Bengals were going to step into a AJ Terrell-less Falcons and not torch them?
Hell yes.
Fuck no.
We confidently thought it, actually.
No, number one quarterback.
Cincinnati played mediocre. You don't know if they're going to play really good this game or they're going to play really bad this game. And then when it comes to Atlanta, they've been playing above average and covered every spread all year. Why wouldn't I take that? I'd have to be on crack to not take that spread. If they're 6-0 against the spread, they're laying a touchdown to an inconsistent team all day, all night. Put my money on it. Tyler said the same exact thing. You can find
the only reason the Bengals have been inconsistent is because O-linemen do not go to any type of – O-linemen do not participate in any preseason, games at all. They have no time during the beginning of the season to meld together. And Joey B was playing behind an entirely new O-line with no time together as a team. They never got to play with each other until the first game of the season.
Correct.
So
but that doesn't change the fact that doesn't change the fact that the first 3 games of the year they played bad, then they had a really good game, then they played okay, then they played really good, then they played really good again.
They're playing like they're supposed to.
How am I going to know if they're going to play okay, bad, or really good? It's been 3, 2, and 3.
3 weeks from now. After 3 more games.
You'll be doing great.
I'm not supposed to know these things, but they cost us money, so fuck them. We're a podcast for making money. If our podcast takes one spread, we want that fucking spread to hit. Sorry.
I would have had a different opinion. I'm sorry.
Well, quit work. No, that's a stupid thing to say. Don't do that.
We also want great things for the Lions and can't get them.
You're not going to get them.
Because they took another loss, 24-6.
One day.
You're not going to get them. They're now 0-3 away, and the Cowboys won. They came to play. Dak Prescott, honestly, they didn't
come to play in the first half, though.
He said he didn't want to throw a touchdown at the end of the game just to troll fantasy owners, and I believe him. The fact that Dak, he said he didn't want to throw a touchdown. But he ended up throwing a touchdown at the end reluctantly. But the best thing that I will give them credit for is their run game. Pollard and Zeke both did their thing. I thought we blew out Ezekiel Elliott's kneecaps.
And then he came back
in the next drive and got 25 yards, and it didn't make any fucking sense to me. But you know what? Here's how I look at it. The Lions are, once again, a bad team. So we pretty much have to put our expectations to where they've been every year.
Yeah, it was.
And that's been the fucking Lions, baby. Luke knows it damn well. He did it for fucking 9 straight weeks last week, and we are right back.
Well, I did it for the entire season.
We're gonna be the Dolphins, so it doesn't matter.
Pretty sure I did the entire season except for 1 game.
Correct. That was the final game of the year.
And we won that game.
This also, we took the line spread like idiots because that was also sitting at a touchdown.
Yeah, that was.
I would definitely have taken the Cowboys spread.
With Dak returning, that was dangerous.
That defense and
If you guys should have been here to talk us out of it, we would have.
Sorry, I was.
Well, if you called me that
Luke,
day.
I apologize for you. You're a different story.
No, Luke.
Yeah, I was home.
Luke,
I was home early off of work at
lucky.
like 1, and I have no idea. Like, there's no talk of anything, and then next thing you know, I'm talking to Ty and Dylan. Like later in the day, they're like, "Oh yeah, so we did a short little pod." I'm like, "Oh, what?" He's like,
We
"Oh, you
thought
didn't
Luke
know?"
was in Ann
And then
Arbor.
Ty looked at Dylan, was like, "You didn't call him?"
I watched the end of the pod.
We thought Luke was in Ann Arbor because he posted on his story at 12, and I was like, "There's no way he'd already be home."
I was in Ann Arbor, and then I was home.
I didn't know you were driving home. I thought you were driving to Ann Arbor. I fucked up. But anyways, does anyone have anything else on the fucking same old Lions?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
So-
we got a lot of injuries at wide receiver, so I guess Williams coming back isn't that bad, or because no one can stay healthy anyways.
He'll
Is
just
he
bump
back?
on the goal line.
No, I'm saying it's good that he's coming back eventually. Like, we need another receiver since everybody gets injured.
Correct. And then
Yeah,
I'll probably get injured in a couple weeks.
yeah, probably.
Don't put that on.
But moving on to the Giants taking down the Jaguars 23-17.
Boom! My second one. Fuck the Jaguars. They're the third
Gi-
team that fucked us, man.
Hey, man.
We tried to
I wish
back-
I was here. I wish I was
We
here.
tried to back Jesse's team. Jesse's been
No,
telling us all
no,
these
no,
things
no,
about
no,
the
no, no, no,
Jaguars
no, 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 no.
all
I've been
year.
backing the Giants.
You
The
out.
Giants keep winning. I love it.
No.
Barkley, baby.
Nah. Hold
were
the
like-
phone.
That is what we said. We said Jesse would kill us, word for word. We said Jesse would kill us
I'm holding the phone.
That's what you thought.
if we
Look
didn't
at
take
this.
the
Look at
Jaguars.
this. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. We're gonna go to settled bets. We're gonna find.
He's about to be
First four podcasts
hammering
of
the
year, you wrote them
Giants.
Sky high. So don't.
I
don't
know he's
jump off
hammering
now.
the
I
Giants.
had the Giants hammered.
Yeah.
Wow.
In no mind, I was like, the Giants are gonna beat the Jags because Trevor Lawrence has been playing terrible.
Wow. So everything Jesse's been saying for the first 4 weeks on this podcast about the Jaguars has been bullshit to us. Sorry.
No,
He just thought the Giants are going to win.
I said
You
last
hyped
week.
them up so much in the first 4 weeks. I thought they were a good
Okay,
team. But
Dylan,
I guess they're gonna
Dylan.
hammer them.
You could hype someone up and like a team a lot and still think they're going to lose an
The
individual
Jaguars
game.
The
Are a
Giants are
solid
hammering
team.
everybody.
They're a good
They
team.
won
But the
every
Giants
game
are
by
the
a
better
touchdown.
team.
Fuck
The
yeah, the
Giants are better than
Giants
the
are.
Jags.
The Giants
Hey,
have won
man.
every game by 10 points or less. They're not hammering anybody.
What is the Giants' issue been? No Saquon Barkley. What do they have now? Saquon
Saquon
fucking
Barkley.
Barkley.
And they have no receivers. But guess what? They get Wan'Dale Robinson, who they're confident enough in to throw 8 targets to in the first half. Kadarius Toney coming back. They
Is he
still
finally
have
coming back? Like, damn.
this week, next week. Who fucking knows at this point? I don't fucking know. He's trying. And he claims when he comes back, he's going to it's going to be like he never left. He's going to be completely 100%. So I guess they're just taking their sweet ass time because they don't want anything less out of him, which is smart. But
So that
like,
means,
they're 5-1.
some big games and then a couple big drop balls.
Are they 6-1? Yeah, 6-1.
Yeah, they're 6-1.
Yeah, I would have totally taken Giants.
Tyler looked at me and goes, Dylan, if Jesse finds out after 4 weeks of hyping up the Jags that we're riding against them to the Giants, he will kill us. And I go, you're damn right he will. Flip that bitch back on the Jags, and we rode in confidence.
I don't even think I took the Jags last week.
You took the Jags the first 4 weeks of the year. That's all I know.
And all I know is we're on week 7.
That's all I remember. And then you weren't here.
Some
the last
math ain't
2.
adding up.
So in every pot in my head, you've taken the Jags so far. You weren't here week 5 and 6. This is 7.
No. I was here.
Or
Week
no,
5.
you weren't here 6 and 7. You were here 5. Okay.
We are 7.
Yes.
Yes.
But still, 4-1. You would think, okay, so my bad. I won't guess next time.
Phone a friend.
Yes.
I'm-
Yes.
Phone a friend next
Yes,
time.
I will call you next time. Now the rest of the way, me and Tyler hit, so it's all good news.
Well, moving on next to the Colts and the Titans, with the Titans taking down the
Would've
Colts
backed you up on this one.
19-10.
Hell yeah.
I would have backed you, Dylan. I would have been like, your Titans are going to take this dub.
The
Of course
Colts
we are.
remain to struggle.
We're the best team in the division.
You want to know why the Colts are struggling?
Anybody else that didn't take Tennessee to
suck.
win this division this year,
Because
you owe me
their
a fucking
O-line
apology.
has turned to shit. I don't know what happened to their O-line, but
That's-
man, they cannot help at all. That is the reason Sam's going to be playing now, because they're hoping that with his mobility, he can open up the plays for them.
Or
Taylor
it's just
hasn't
going to
been
make
good.
things a lot
Ryan
worse.
hasn't been good. Pittman's been good. That's about it.
Paris Campbell's been solid. Their new tight end, solid. Taylor has been playing weak because their O-line has been playing weak.
Correct. That's
So-
why he traded his ass to you. I was
You're
like,
a
yeah,
fool.
that O-line
You're a
is gonna,
fool. Hey,
that O-line
people-
is going to
people
just keep getting
who
worse. And I'm like,
watch
have
me.
fun with that. I would rather
every
just have a shitty running back on a shitty team than a team that thinks they're good, but they're not.
Do you know who is the number one buy low running back right now? It's Jonathan Taylor.
John Cena.
Because people are tripping. You tripping. His ceiling is too high.
It's cool. I hope Jesse wins his division. I told you that.
It's 4-3. It's deadlocked.
I hope you win your
All
division.
the points at this point.
So anyways, my Tennessee Titans are 4-2. The Colts, ass. The Jags, ass. The Texans, ass. Like I said before, anybody else who didn't take the Titans to win this division at the beginning of the year, god damn, you owe me a fucking apology.
The Titans aren't winning this division.
The Titans are definitely not winning this division.
Are you crazy? Who the fuck is beating the Titans? The Jags aren't. The Texans aren't.
The Jags are making a turnaround.
Makeover.
Hey, ETN's in the backfield now. They only got one
All
RB to
alone.
focus on.
All
He's going
alone.
to
I bet you
eat.
$50 the Texans win the division at the end of the year. $50. You that confident? Now that's a fool. What's the
Yeah,
next game?
The next game is a fool's game.
I knew who was going to win this.
Let's go,
The
baby.
Jets and the Broncos, with the Jets barely fucking beating the Broncos.
Russell Wilson, he fucking
16-9.
sucks. Ripien, he fucking sucks. You want to know why? Because if you're a Denver quarterback and your name is
I
Peyton
don't-
Manning, odds
Russ-
are in the past 10 years, you fucking suck.
Russell Wilson didn't play.
Did you hear what I just said, Luke?
No, but he said he sucked, and I thought you thought he played in that game.
See, so maybe if you listen to what I said, then you'll know.
Yeah, Russ didn't play, but man.
I said Russell
Didn't look
Wilson
any
and
different.
Ripien, and if you're a quarterback in Denver, you suck if your name's not Peyton Manning in the last 10 years.
I think Russ plays and this game goes the exact same.
Exactly. Nothing changes.
Nothing changes with Russ in.
You want to know why? Because Pete is a good coach, and Russell is a bad quarterback. The people have had it wrong for 2 years, and we owe
His
Pete an
deep ball
apology.
accuracy is
I
out
mean-
the window.
I mean,
Man
you can't even
can't
say.
throw
I mean,
fast to save his life.
you can't even say. I mean, it's just more that he's on the back end of his career. It's not even like he
He's fucking
sucked. It's
30.
just he's on the back end. And he's aging out now.
He's like 32.
He
dog.
shouldn't be aging out already.
That's
Hey.
the problem.
Some people. I
He's been in
mean,
the league like
it
6
happens
years.
to everyone different. Not everyone has as long as a prime as everyone else.
But he was not supposed to get bad right here, right now, Luke.
They didn't give him the money they did for him to
For
start.
the years he
aging out.
did, for him to be bad right
That's
now.
the thing, bro.
I mean, it was a little telling. He was kind of on the down.
No,
At
it
towards the
wasn't,
end of his
Luke.
career in
Nobody
Seattle
a little
expected him to
bit,
be on the
No.
down low, Luke.
Fuck that, Luke. I know
Nobody,
that's your
you
boy.
weren't on him to
I
be
know
on
that's
I
your
was
boy.
worried about.
You
I
had- no,
hyped him
no,
up,
no, no,
but
no,
there
no,
was
no,
my
no.
biggest worry was that
Luke, you
alone.
took the Broncos to win their fucking division and go high in the playoffs with Russell.
Okay,
Don't
yeah,
say that
and
now.
I
Don't
am,
say
but
that
my
now.
biggest worry was that he was on his way down and not up.
You are
There,
back.
it was going one or two ways,
I
really
feel like
fucking
you've
good
never
or
said
really
that.
fucking bad.
You never said this.
I
Luke.
wasn't
You are
gonna say it on the.
backtracking.
I
No,
mean,
that's
what?
blasphemy.
Bro,
That's
that shit
blasphemy.
I'm not gonna say that when I'm
You're
hyping
gonna
up my
say
boy.
that?
What?
Ass.
No.
That's
You'll
bullshit.
admit it when he's
Hit
on
the
the
buzzer.
downfall.
Hit the buzzer on him. Tyler, I wish he was here. He would hit a buzzer right now. That is bullshit. Buzzer yourself. Buzzer yourself.
I'm not going to say he's at his downfall when he's not there yet. I just said I was worried about it. That was my biggest worry this season. And then it fucking happened.
No.
Because in my mind, it was either going to go really fucking good or really bad for him.
Okay.
And it's currently going really bad.
I can't believe you with how much
I don't believe you at
on
all.
the
I don't
opposing
believe in that at
side.
all. Yeah,
It's okay to not be believed.
I mean, am I not allowed to worry about the other side of what I'm saying because of how he plays?
After he's no longer the captain of your fantasy team. Now this is all just brought out.
I mean, I've been saying he's been ass since the start of the season.
This is not true. What are you?
I've been saying I literally said I'm benching him until he figures it out. And then he had one good game, and then I had to play him. He had a really good game, and then he's been shit since. I've been hyping him up before the season, and then all fantasy long, every time we talked about him. I mean, maybe before the pre-games when we talk about the game before, I'm like, oh, Russell Wilson's going to have a bounce-back game, but he never does. So if he never does, am I supposed to go on saying he's going to be fucking fantastic the rest of the season? At what point am I allowed to say, no, he's actually not doing it?
Luke, you were the optimistic one every week saying that he was going to figure it out.
Yes, and he hasn't. And we're in week 7.
There's 17 weeks where he plays a football game.
And he should have been doing a lot more than what he's been doing now.
There's still 10.
You can go back and find me talking. Like, I've said bad stuff about him because he's been playing poorly. I've said on the pod that I benched him in my fantasy in the past because he was playing bad.
But weeks 1, 2, 3, you had all the praise.
That's not going to stop me from hyping him up to do better. Okay, Dylan, if he's my QB, why would I not hype him up and want him to do good the next upcoming week?
No one's shitting on you for hyping him up, but you're saying that you didn't, and that's a lie. You did. Own it.
Did I not just say I hyped him up before the games?
Yeah, own it. Since week 1, you hyped him up, and then you jumped off.
I said I shit on him after he performed and hyped him up before.
This is true.
And that's
true. Yeah.
And so saying I've been shitting on him all season long because he's been playing like shit. That doesn't mean I haven't been hyping him up before the games he's been playing.
I don't know why that was so confusing, but okay. I'm going to roll with it, and I'm going to say you right, Luke. Because it sounds
move on to the next game.
It sounds like you are, I'm going to be honest.
What happened in this game was supposed to happen in this game. There's no reason that the Raiders should have lost this game. They won how they should have.
Yeah, they still have no passing game and all rushing.
20.
Josh Jacobs, 3 straight games with 150.
I don't think it's they have no passing. It's just they want to rely.
I'm sorry, but when your record is when you've won 2 games and when the people look at the 2 games that you've won and the headline has been Josh Jacobs 2 touchdowns for over 200 yards and Josh Jacobs 3 touchdowns for 150 yards for both of those games, and your passing numbers have been 200 yards or fewer.
I'm saying it's like how
people are gonna look at you and just say you really aren't throwing the ball.
It's like for the Ravens.
Caught it was Adams.
The Raiders in general, they've always had a problem where they throw the ball too much. Derek Carr throws the ball more often than he really should with a running back like Jacobs. And since Jacobs has actually been able to be what he's been supposed to be and has been in smaller amounts for them, they're relying on him more and they're giving him the ball more because they're like, if you're going to play like this, then we don't have to have Carr throw that much.
Yeah, and the one thing I will give Carr credit for is that this year, the one thing that I do like, and I mean, to be completely honest with you, I don't think he's ever had in his career. Like you said, he throws it more. The more he throws it, let's just be honest, higher chance of him throwing a pick.
Oh, yeah.
Now, since his numbers have gone down, like last game, he was 21 for 27. His accuracy has been a lot better now that he's just running the ball more. So I will give him credit for that. That is a positive side over on the Raiders side. Over for the fucking Texans, I mean, like I said before, them, the Panthers, the Lions, They're looking at fucking draft picks right now, dog. So they're going to continue to tank.
One person doing anything relevant on the Texans.
Damian
Pierce.
Damian Pierce for sure.
He's number one, man.
Josh Jacobs is a beast for the Raiders, and it's on a roll right now.
Oh yeah.
But it won't stay like this. They'll
Easy,
start to trickle down, and they'll start to throw more, and it'll be more of a 50-50.
And then they'll get picked off, and then they'll win 4 games.
And then they'll go back to running it.
Exactly. Then they'll just go right back to Jacobs.
Well, moving on to the next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking down the Chargers, 37-23.
They were the favorite dog on the board. I mean,
what is going on with the Chargers?
Dude, they're the same thing they were last year, dog. They're in the same boat they were last year. I got so mad last year.
They're so good, but so bad. I don't get it.
Last year, they'd come on this podcast, and I'd have to hear Tyler and Luke hype up how good fucking Herbert was doing, and then this would all be facts. They wouldn't tell me a lie. And then I would continue to bet against Herbert, and then the Chargers will continue to find ways to lose. And now this year, I feel like they're doing all of that just with Herbert not doing as good. Now, that's not his fault. I still blame the rip. I'm going to be completely honest with you, because the fact that this man is still throwing the ball 50 times in back-to-back games and he's only making a little over half his completions, come on now. It's going to have something to do with something. But if we want to talk about the Seahawks for a minute, Geno Smith been clicking, but let's just cut the shit, bro. Kenneth Walker, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oh my God, we'd love to see that K9 as an established rookie running back. I'm sorry to say it, but now that Breece Hall has his injury, he is the best rookie running back currently playing in the NFL.
That's why they're giving.
Hold up.
You love to see that.
Pause. We got to do something.
Hi.
Oh, Rather Tide Sports Podcast out here making millions and millions of dollars. So we get the suite tonight. So rented the bitch out for ourselves. It's just another night. Just another night at the good old hockey game here.
Go.
Can't complain. Have a good rest of the show, boys. Can't really hear shit, but oh wait, let me go over here. Oh, okay, I can kind of hear now.
You should jump.
Yeah, good thing we're millionaires, eh? Right?
Oh yeah.
Fuck. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah.
The cooler.
Oh, that's it.
That's it right there.
I can't believe the Seattle Seahawks are good.
This guy.
We can't either, honestly.
Would you like a cheers, mate?
I can't believe they're good. And I have a Kenneth Walker autographed jersey coming in next week.
Cheers.
Of course,
right.
This guy does.
Have a good rest of the show. I just wanted to drop in and say, let's go Red Wings. If you're not throwing your money on the Wings, do it. We haven't lost in regulation yet. So we'll see if I'm bad luck. Peace.
Peace.
You can't hear a damn word we say.
Well, there's that. Well, the next game we got up, the Chiefs and the 49ers. Chiefs take down the 49ers 44-23.
This is the defense's fault.
Yeah, because you want to know why? 7 members of their defense are on the fucking IR. And that is not their defense's fault. That is the injury's fault. So when you have 7 people on the IR going against Patrick Mahomes, 40 points are going to be put up whether you like it or not.
Yeah, not much.
I don't care who you are.
And these number 1 corners, I don't know what's going on with Jimmy G, but Debo's usage has gone down dramatically.
You want to know why? It's because they have a fucking run game.
But Ayuk and Kittle have been fine.
They have 3 different running backs they're consistently running it to. So I feel like Debo would be more used as his passing. A lot of people forget that last year in the playoffs, his passing receiving numbers, they were good. But his total yardage what was really good because you would factor in the rushing and the receiving.
Mm-hmm.
He's not touching the ball no more on the
He's
rushing
not
side.
rushing it anymore.
Now with CMC in the backfield, there's no need to. So the fact that he's now on the receiving end, I still like this because I think that the San Francisco is going to be a team that, okay, whether you like it or not, them and Seattle is going to be a battle. And they're going to be fighting for first place. And I'm excited to see that. So I think that they're still going to be a competitive football team. And
I wish they had Trey Lance.
I'm glad they don't. I think if they had Trey Lance, they'd be fucking 2-5.
Maybe, but I just feel like he never got
to stay healthy. Well, he can never stay healthy.
Also, Jess, you got to factor in if they had Trey Lance and his scramble ability, would they have gotten CMC?
Yes.
You don't know.
I still do think so.
If he was running the ball, we don't know how many yards we'd be getting.
True.
He could be on some
maybe. I mean, there'd still probably be a strong possibility because they still were at a loss of Elijah Mitchell.
This is true. And Jeff Wilson, I'm sorry, he's not going to be that RB1. Don't give me fucking.
He's good, but then some. He's
a bad running back that only got an opportunity last year. I'm sorry, but Jeff Wilson makes me mad because he was a 4-string that only became a 1-string last year because 3 other running backs got hurt and only put up the numbers he put up because he had one of the top 3 O-lines in the NFL. Sorry, not sorry.
There's so many people chirping out on fantasy because he was getting a lot of the touches last game. But it's like, what do you expect? It's CMC's first game there, and he just kind of flew in.
He just needed to get in the end zone, goddammit, and me and Tyler would have cashed out for $2,000. That's all I'm saying.
Well, moving on to the next game. We got the Dolphins taking down the Steelers 16-10.
Hey, Luke, one question. We'll get into the game in a second.
Yes.
Why the fuck did Tua dive head first into 2 defenders?
Because fuck it.
We
After
bowl.
the game, they interviewed him, and he goes, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that."
I'm pretty sure he said before the game that he was gonna throw it away more to be a little bit more safe to protect his health.
I'm gonna start diving more.
Second play, boom!
Just dives into him head first.
He was playing mind games with them. He was thinking he was trying to make the defenders think he wasn't actually gonna do it. Surprise pop him.
I'm gonna be honest. This is nothing against either team. Boring ass game.
Well, when it's like 16-10 for like the second half of the entire game.
Shit was ugly.
The second half, nobody scored a point.
Ugly ass game.
It hit 16-10, and then it stayed 16-10 for a long time.
Didn't move an inch.
Nope.
Oh my God. The only thing that made me fucking happy is the fact that Kenny Pickett did Kenny Pickett things and threw not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions because, let me tell you a little secret, people. He fucking sucks. And
Kenny Pick.
What it is.
His last name's not Pick
It
for no reason.
I will not abandon him.
44.9 QB.
I won't abandon him.
Yes, you will, Jesse.
He needs time.
Pull the plug.
No.
It's too much. He's dying.
Take that shit out.
Suffering. Bro. Just pull
it.
He
is suffering, but he just needs time.
I'm not going to lie. But now it's time to get into Dylan's Stinker of the Week. I'll give you a hint. His first name's Mac.
You're going to have to give me a second before I... Oh, there it is.
I'll give you a hint. His first name's Mac. His last name's Jones. And he's a system quarterback that plays for New England.
Bailey Zapp.
So close. But it is the first string. Mac Jones.
Oh, who's
3
that?
3 for 7.
The Mac attack.
13 yards. An interception. That's the total stat line. And what makes it even better is the fact that all it took was Bailey Zappi 6 plays on his first drive to just get right into the end zone score.
Yes, he did get benched, but I heard from Tyler that it was a part of the plan from even before the game started that they
What?
both were going to play in the game.
I don't think he was supposed to play that fast.
Jones was pissed. Did you not see the altercation at the end? Did you not hear what he
Yeah,
said?
well, I mean, ask Ty, that's what he said.
No, I'm
He
just
put
saying,
it, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, well, I would tell him he's wrong because there was an altercation on the sideline of Mac. Maybe that was the case, but Mac was unhappy with the fact that he was like, now? What the fuck? Like, threw one pick, dog. Give me a drive. Nah, Mac, when you come in and you shit the bed, it's one thing. When you shit the bed against the Bears, you stinker of the goddamn week. And the fact that the Bears put up 33 fucking points, that defense is a stinker right there. You let Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears put up 33 points at Gillette Stadium.
That is just bad.
No, I put this game on Zappy. Zappy is the fucking problem. Because Zappy came into the game and he had those 2 drives. Those 2 drives were successful. And then he didn't do a damn thing after. He was second-guessing his passes, not deciding to throw the ball at good times, throwing obvious interceptions, and making terrible plays the whole second half of the game.
There's no way you're going to tell me that Zappy is a bigger factor than the defense when Justin Fields has a fucking average, let me say, an average of 70 passing yards per game. 70.
Do you know how many rushing yards they had?
He had 185 passing yards today.
But do you look at how many rushing yards did they have? As a team, they had more rushing yards, which opened up the ability.
243 rushing yards total.
That opened up the ability for them to throw more because of how effective Justin was being with scrambling.
Yes, and that just shows how that's even worse on New England's defense.
It's not. Did you watch the game?
It's not.
Did you watch the game?
I don't understand how.
Did you watch?
Yes.
If you watch that game, you can't look at me and say, as a coach for a defense, you wouldn't start bringing down more people because of the way Justin Fields was escaping the pocket.
Oh my God! But how the fuck did you
answer
not
that question.
prepare
Hold
for
on.
that?
Answer the question.
Their game plan defensively was horrible.
It's
They didn't play
usually
for
not.
a scramble QB and a run offensively team first. Then once they realized, oh shit, we're playing pass protection for a team that only runs the football 7 weeks through the season and then fixed it second half when it was too goddamn late. That's what happened.
What happened? What happened when they were
And you know who that's
the
on?
run game?
The coordinator from the beginning of the week when he started the game plan and was focusing on them throwing the ball when
Dylan,
all they've done is run.
What is the point of this? What is the point of what's going on right now? What am I trying to explain?
I am talking about how the defense was the reason they lost that game over Bailey Zappi. They were a bigger factor that hurt them than Bailey Zappi's performance. That's what I'm saying.
And Zappi,
And you're trying to tell me
and
that
I'm
Bailey
trying to tell you that
was-
Zappi didn't make it easier because the
He didn't
fumble,
make it easier. Oh no,
the
he
fumble, the interceptions, and the lack of moving the ball down the field completely has your Patriots defense gassed. They're trying to chase Field. They're trying to stop a run-heavy offense. And then on top of that, you're going to give him short yards. You're going to give him barely any time on attack.
Okay, but like, why don't we talk about that O-line though? Because we haven't even factored that shit in. Stevenson only had 39 yards. Mac, he couldn't run the ball. Nobody could run the ball. And he got sacked 3 times. Bailey Zappi and Mac got sacked once. So, fuck this game.
And I was watching that.
And you know what the good thing is? That's the
Hey.
end of the NFL.
Fuck this
Hey,
game.
it is, but it's not
Boom.
because, you know, I might have missed a little bit of comments, and we're going to give the man his shine. I heard a guy lost like 28,000 on the Bucks game, and that's
Jesus.
funny.
That is funny.
The Lions were
Lions
straight
were
up garbage.
this week.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
And the Chiefs make him angry.
You don't bet against the Chiefs.
Why would you bet against Patrick Mahomes at home
See,
as a
that's-
favorite?
You
oh,
only
Fuller, you
bet-
should have watched the pod. We would have told
Chiefs,
you no.
That's where you fucked up.
Yards and touchdowns.
We would have told you no, Fuller,
Don't
no.
touch their money lines.
All right. Now it's time for me to bang into these college games. And Luke, I can take these over.
Do you want to do the college picks?
Hold up, my computer's before.
Uh-oh. While his computer is glitching, I have the games that we covered last pod back on here for the recap. Records, me and Ty actually both been 2-1 for college. So you'd love to see that. Fucking finally, I can get a positive record for college. Thank God.
There we go.
But as Jesse's coming back in, we will start this off with the very first game on this board, and that is Ohio State and Iowa. We asked one very simple question. Tyler, the last week we had this spread. You said that it would be doubled in a game. Is this the game that you're going to take to be doubled again? And he said yes. And they were 7 points short of doubling the spread. They won 54-10. Justin Fields, 4 more touchdowns, and continues his Heisman campaign. That's all I had to say. Just had to bring that up. All right. First game we can really get into, though. Clemson, number 5, at number 14, Syracuse. And I have a rant. And I have a mini rant I have to get out of the way. Syracuse is 14. They're now 16. They shouldn't be top 20. They shouldn't be top 25. They're not that good in the ACC. And here's fucking why. It's very simple. If 3 interceptions and a fumble, 4 turnovers are thrown and completed as a Clemson team that hasn't been done in 4 years against another ranked team, that doesn't happen, and you can't capitalize off of it because your offense is so utterly bad the entire game, that's on you, bro. Syracuse had opportunity after opportunity that their defense created for them, and they couldn't do shit with them. And it wasn't even like Clemson locked them down on defense. The amount of dropped passes that were completed were unbelievable. And in the run game, the O-line, they helped them no bit at all. But Syracuse made me so fucking angry watching the highlights of this game. And Clemson, once again, like we mentioned last podcast, wins another game by the hair of their chinny chin chin on a fucking 17-point comeback, or a 14-point comeback. God.
That just sounds tragic.
You hate to see it, bro. But once again, Clemson fucking pulls it out of their ass. These cocksuckers.
What you got next up?
I got a fucking disappointing dagger in my heart. Alabama, Mississippi State. All I wanted was for Mississippi State to make this shit competitive. Oh, did they do the opposite? 24-0 going into the fourth quarter, Luke.
Yikes.
And the final of this game was 30-6. Yeah, wow. They went for 2 after the tutty, and they didn't get that shit. So the Mississippi State team is now unranked, and no one's looking at them seriously. Alabama's defense finally had a good game and shut down Will Rogers, and that just makes me utterly sad. But Alabama pulls out the big dub. And now
Alabama's still fraudulent, and they're not making fucking playoffs.
They're not, bro. And you hate to say it, and you hate to see it. But it's going to happen.
You love to say it.
You hate to see it, but you love to say it. That's how I word it. But now it's time to
I'd love to see it personally.
A pretty big upset, if not the biggest upset of the week, and that is Ole Miss number 7 getting upset by LSU 45-20. This game wasn't even close. It was the first game all year that Jaden Daniels
that's an upset.
Looked like a quarterback. Ole Miss is 7 in the country, and LSU is unranked. Ole Miss.
No, I know. I know. I'm saying that because of the score.
Oh, yeah, it is an upset that LSU won the game, but the fact that they beat them by this much was actually shocking. Jaden Daniels finally just looked like a quarterback. He had 121 rushing yards, 200 passing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. He went crazy, bro. And honestly, the fact that LSU finally had a game where they looked like LSU, it was refreshing to fucking see, because all year they just looked like a different team. It's been weird. And Ole Miss looked like shit. They couldn't get anything going, bro.
Damn.
I'm not excited for anything that Ole Miss has this year. I'm going to be completely honest. After this game, Ole Miss's expectations in my head and everybody's head has gone way down. I don't even think they should be top 10.
He's back.
Yeah, my computer died.
And
I can't find the charger.
I understand.
'Cause I can't find the charger.
I understand. 'Cause I can't find the charger. 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 'Cause I can't find the Now it's time to get into the team that I told you in the beginning of the week was the fucking craziest dog on the board. If you see a dog like this in college football, Dylan's going to take them all day and night. There was 2 of them, and I banged them both. Let's start with TCU and Kansas State. TCU sitting down 17. Dylan sweating his ass off with the top 3 offense in college football. Looking at him down 17. But guess what? 17 points ain't no problem. Max Duggan comes back, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. They win by 10. TCU stays undefeated. I believe they are now number 7th ranked, and I just love to see it.
I never doubted the game was going to go TCU's way.
When it was a 17-point game, you weren't nervous a little bit?
Nope. I was thinking, wow.
Confidence, bro.
I was like, bro, they got to wake up. That's it. They sleeping. As soon as they wake up, that 17-point deficit going to be erased.
Yeah, I like Kansas State's quarterback, so I was like, maybe he's just going to ball on him. Maybe that's just going to be the storyline. But you know what was the storyline?
Ain't the NFL.
You know what was the storyline? Home Bo Nix. That man at home is unfucking believable. I mentioned it earlier, and I was like, The only problem for UCLA, I said I'm going to bet on UCLA, and I am going to have 0 confidence. I've had 3 bets for UCLA this year, and I was 3-0 with Dorian. His trust is what led me to place this bet, the number 9 against the number 10. Honestly, in the beginning of this week, me and Tyler said this bitch could have gone either way. And honestly, it could have. If you didn't factor in home Bo Nix being a different fucking animal. 283 yards and 5 touchdowns is not what you want to see. 4 touchdowns in the second quarter from Bo fucking Nix is not what you want to see. So UCLA, honestly, Dorian played great, but there was nothing he could do when his defense let up 31 points going into halftime. And they were sitting here trying to claw out of it, and they were like, okay, yeah, we'll make it close. It's sitting 16-31. No, because they're going to score a tutty, and they're going to score another tutty. And then that was the end of the game, and you hate to fucking see it. I personally think that UCLA has now just immediately took themselves away from that Pac-12. They're going to be sitting in a bowl game against, like the 9-12 or however they do that shit. So that will be fun for them. And Oregon now just needs to keep playing more home games and stay 4-0 in the Pac-12. Now it's time for my second lock. And this one, I think, may be the happiest this week. And it was only because after I gave my lock, Tyler went against it. And this is why he went fucking 2-1 and not 3-0. Because after I said Oklahoma State is going to beat Texas, he told me how Texas and Bijan Robinson and fucking, what's the quarterback's name? Hooker. And all these people are going to come out here and just fucking, or Sanders, goddammit, Spencer Sanders. No, that's Oklahoma State. Sorry. It is. I was right.
It's Hooker.
I'm overthinking. Hooker and Texas were going to come out here and they were going to win. And I said, no, give Oklahoma State and give them the Big 12. And he started laughing. Well, ha, motherfucker. Who's laughing now? Because Oklahoma State is looking pretty damn good to repeat that Big 12 championship team. They won 41-34. They beat Texas at home. Spencer Saunders, 34 for 57, 391 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. I understand Bijan had 140 yards. He was the only reason why this game was fucking close, to be honest with you. His presence in this game was the only reason that Texas offense looked like it wasn't dead.
There's only one orange team that's good at a time.
But Clemson's number 5.
Nope, it's all about Tennessee.
It's all about Oklahoma State. You're damn right. And I love that Oklahoma State is a good team. I like that all year that they would continue to do good. And the fact that they lost to TCU, that didn't hurt them too bad. But they're going to have to meet again at the end of the year, and that's going to be a game everyone's going to want to watch, in my opinion. All right. Not a whole lot more. Actually, there's only one more. So the final game that we have on this slate, and the only reason why it was even on this slate is because me and Tyler were trying to find a game that we could find a dog to bet on. So we said SMU, Cincinnati, SMU at home. It's their homecoming. Cincinnati's been playing bad. Let's take that game. So I followed the game and I stayed up and I watched the game and I watched SMU blow a fucking 10-point lead to Cincinnati, and now Cincinnati's 6-1 and they're now ranked 18th, and good for them. And that's all that I have left for college. Jesse, do you have anything else before I close this bitch out?
No, I got nothing to add. I mean, we'll get some more on Friday.
Hell yeah. Are you going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Perfect. Then I'll let the people know right now as I take them out that the next time.
Take it away.
What?
Take it away.
Oh. The next time that we will see you people is on tomorrow. 6:30 should be the time. That's when you're going to get your low tide.
You people.
I tried to give you guys your 60-second baseball recap, and that's all you really got from me last podcast, and it almost killed me. But you have been waiting 2 weeks for basketball. Me and Jesse have storyline after storyline to give you. We are waiting for it. Luke had to wait last week for no hockey, so he has 2 weeks of shit to tell you about. He's fucking salivating to speak hockey with you people. So just be ready for that tomorrow. You'll get your baseball, you'll get your basketball, and you will get your hockey fix. 6:30 tomorrow. The socials on Twitter and on Instagram at RideTheTide586. If you want to see our podcast, you're going to head over to 6-Pack Coverage. That is right over here, top right corner of my screen. Maybe the left. You can figure that out for yourself. If you want to get some merchandise, same thing. 6-Pack Coverage. You can get some Ride the Tide or some 6-Pack merch. Final thing. Next Saturday, mark it on your calendars, the 29th, Ann Arbor. Ride the Tide's going to be there.
Yeah.
If you see us, you're going to want to say hi. That bitch is going to be banging. I got nothing left to say. We will see you people tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace!